Sharks, we're back. It's good to be back. Welcome back to Top Shot Shark, the YouTube channel. Welcome back to Top Shot Shark, the Twitter. We're off vacation. I had to do a little tech switching. My old laptop died. I had some life stuff going on in the background. Suffice it to say, we're back. And we're talking about the most important thing there is to talk about right now, which is the new pack format. There's a lot to unpack here, no pun intended. So let me jump right into it here and say that the new pack format is both really good and really bad. All right. So I think most people here are expecting me to say the latter, and I do agree with that. But I also agree with the former, that it is also really good. This is really complicated for a lot of reasons. I'm going to break down why I think it's good, why I think it's bad, and why I think it was a little ridiculous to jump into this format when we did, and what I hope going forward, because a lot of this is just expectations. Actually, it's not really value, it's expectations and managing them for both from our side and Dapper managing ours with the way that they roll out the product, because we can't do anything until they basically give us the trail of breadcrumbs to follow. They control everything. They put something out there. We get to make decisions based off of it. Everything we do is a product of what they make in the product. And they really, I won't call it a rug, because some people really did ask for it. That is true. I will call it a 180. A 180. Not a 360. A 180. Because we weren't expecting this. We were told this was not going to happen because of loot box laws. And then it just happened. It happened with no warning, happened with no notice, happened with no part of the roadmap. It just didn't happen. In fact, we've been told that this is important to remember, we've been told that they're transitioning away from drops altogether. That, as far as I know, is still true. But if you know anything about Dapper by this point, they're not necessarily going to tell you when their plans have changed. Case in point, a little thing called baller status. Baller status, I will get to this. I will break this down in a different video. Baller status is no more. I have been told this, and I've been told this by the support team on my email when I asked a question. And as far as I know, that is true. So baller status is gone. There is no announcement of that. It was just an email to me. People are still trying to build around baller status. Mind you, when there was no utility to baller status anymore. As far as I was told, baller status is discontinued. The baller status tracker, I'll tell you what the exact quote is. We have discontinued the baller status tracker. Discontinued. That is as final as it gets. And yeah, there hasn't been anything surrounding baller status. Jacob gave us a no updates on baller status, like maybe in the last office hours or a Twitter spaces or whatever it was. But suffice it to say, there's nothing going around about baller status, because there won't be. Shout out to some of my recent, speculation here, whatever. Got some challenges on the way. That'll be fun. We have to really be mindful here, because Dapper may not give us all the breadcrumbs that we need to make a decision, and that is frustrating. But let's get into the packs themselves, yeah? So the first go around caught us all by surprise. It's $49, and you had an 88 in the elite pack. You had an 88.8% chance at 4 commons and a LE. You had a 9.5% chance of a 4 commons and a rare, and you had a 1.7% chance of 4 commons and a legendary. As we experienced in the Game Recognized Game Pack, which actually that was not. Where is it? This was the first one. Nope. Where is KD Elite? I don't know. I can't find it. Oh, it must be because they messed it up. They took it off the pack page? Okay, that's news. I didn't know that. Well, suffice it to say, it was here. It was $49, and it got messed up because some people got 5 legendaries. in a row. It was bad, which means that people who thought they had a legendary or had a chance at a legendary did not. That is not good. That is not what we signed up for. We got our pack refund back, and some people were like, "Oh, this isn't enough." Stop it. We got free moments. We got free moments that range from, $25 to $100. We got a lot of value for those packs. I would get in that queue again any day if I knew what was going to happen, because I got pretty much a free game recognized game set, and it's a great set. I mean, it helped me out tremendously. So whatever. They made up for it plenty. As for these packs now, supposedly they're randomizing in the queue properly, which is good. But there's a lot of controversy over this, because this is pretty interesting. It means theoretically you could, if you're lucky, pull 2 legendaries, or more likely 2 rares. You couldn't do that in the old packs. You could only pull 1 rare or 1 legendary at a time, because you could only buy 1 pack. That maybe is the most interesting part of all. The most interesting part is that the dedicated collectors can buy more packs. Let's see what's coming on Thursday. The most dedicated collectors can buy more packs and get more rares and legendaries, right? We have a new system where your collector score enables you to get more packs and thus more rares. Now you have to pay more for them, but the ideal thing here is that if you could get your hands on 10 of these, you could maybe pull 2 or 3 rares, which could if you get lucky enough, they could cover the pack costs all by themselves, right? If you get like a Low Serial or a LeBron or a LaMelo or a Doncic or someone like that. We don't know we know who's in this particular rare, but one of these days, if this pack format continues, which it's not supposed to, it's just supposed to be February, you could get a rare that makes up for multiple packs, and basically all of those base set 60Ks are included, which is what I did with trade tickets. I went all in on trying to get the Vince All-Star Classics, and I came up short, because that is a top 20 moment, in my opinion, ever. And I was like, there's no way I'm not going for it. I need it. I didn't get it. I didn't get the Odom. I didn't get the Morning. I didn't get the Hornacek. In all likelihood, I won't get for this one the Kid or the Jason Williams or the Tracy McGrady dunk. But if I did, that would be crazy awesome. I would love that Tracy McGrady in particular. It's a great leadoff moment for this second part of the set, but probably not going to get it. In all likelihood, I could end up with an MGLE. Oh, no, not an MGLE. 2022 All-Star Game. Honestly, I really like some of these All-Star Game moments. I think they're way better than the 2021 All-Star Game moments. I'm excited about this. That Ja dunk, the Giannis dunk, you can't really see him here. I'd have to go in there, and I don't want to do that right now. But suffice it to say, it could be, I don't know if, I guess you can watch a video while you're recording for YouTube, whatever. Ja All-Star Game is ridiculous. Giannis All-Star Game is ridiculous. The Zach LaVine 360? Oh my goodness. Ridiculous. Actually, yeah, we can watch this, can't we? Can we just like skip? Oh, and perfect. There's no sound, so we can just. Oh yeah, it's the montage at the end. This is a little. Oh, I just saw it. Get out of my way. Oh. Where is it? There's Trey. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. Watch this. Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh wait, do it again. That was not enough time on this one. Oh, wait. Go back. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Man, that was better than anything in the dunk contest. He's got to know that. He's like, yeah, I could punk Obi, Jalen, Cole, and Juan Toscano Anderson like it's nothing, just in the game. So anyway, with all that said, because I absolutely want that, and the Ja Morant and the Giannis and all that good stuff. Anyway, the point of this video is to really break down the new format. And what we're looking at here is there's a lot of ways you can look at this. On the one hand, it's very reasonable to say, well, if I got an MGLE, I would pay $89 for a 100% chance at a rare. Now you're asking me to pay $49 for a 20% chance at a rare, and I don't have any choice in the matter. I can't have a guaranteed pack as well. If we had half guaranteed packs and half mixed tier packs, or blended packs as they call them, there might not be enough for everybody. This way, there are enough packs for everybody. You can even get more and possibly, as I said, get multiple rares or multiple legendaries if you're really, really lucky. One guy in the last drive got two, not one, but two Vince Carter legendaries out of 50 total, which is nuts. But he did re-enter the queue. He had to get back on the queue, and he got it again, which is just amazing. You know, I think that's way more than what it's going for now. I think it's worth way more, not financial advice. But I do think it's that is listing a little low, honestly, even for what it's listing for. But for this, see, I understand even the dedicated collectors get more chances, right? Like, so I'm above the 50K mark. I could buy more of these. Now, with that said, I don't have the dapper for it. I'm not going to, but I could theoretically do that. It'd be exciting, but I think I think there is a threshold at which the number of chances you get does not necessarily mean you'll be able to cover your pack cost. Like, I think after 3 packs total, this is what I found with the last drop. And you know what? If I could just bring it up. I can't, can I? Well, suffice it to say, you can find it on Top Shot Shark Twitter. I found, going through the results of Elite Pack 1 or 2, that the optimal number of packs to buy was 3, but that was for a completely different set of odds. This, I don't think, solves the problem. I really don't, because these are going to be high mints. They're going to be 2022. That is kind of high. We know they'll go for a decent chunk of change, maybe, you know, more than $100 in some cases, and in some cases less. Depends on who the all-star is. Depends if you want them. Depends if you're looking for a rare. These are very, very good opportunities to get a rare from a guy like Giannis, from a guy like Ja, from a guy like Trae Young. If you can't, you know, afford some of the pricier rares, these high mints make those rares more affordable if you were trying to get into that for some of the flash challenges to have some more utility, or just whatever fandom you have that you need a rare Trae or a rare Giannis. If that's your thing, this may very well enable you to go for it. But again, the math doesn't totally make sense. There's another angle to this, though, which is that has to do with this guy right here. This guy right here. So what's happening right now is we just came off All-Star Weekend, and this guy was actually not all that involved. He wasn't involved at all, in fact. But we had some really interesting ads. We had the Google Pixel 6 come with the Top Shot mention, that the Google Pixel 6 ad, and we had the Jalen Green wearing a chain with a phone playing his fandom moment, came out into the All-Star game, and Dwayne Wade decided he did not know what a Top Shot looked like on national television, which is not ideal for Top Shot marketing. But we did get the Top Shot moment of the night a little later on. I think at the very end of the dunk contest, we had Obi Toppin. Actually, 3 of the 4 dunk contest participants were definitely associated with Top Shot. If anything, maybe we should have just had Obi Toppin be our guy, since he had hung out with us. What was it, Summer League? You got the chance to hang with Obi. When was, I don't remember. But Cole was associated with Top Shot. Jalen is now associated with Top Shot. Obi has been associated with Top Shot. Juan Toscano Anderson, to my knowledge, not yet. But that's a lot of marketing. I saw Google Trends around 11 o'clock on the night of the dunk contest. Searches for NBA Top Shot went through the roof. You got to be excited about that. The marketing machine is actually in second gear now. It's really happening. This isn't leading to new signups, and it's not stabilizing the market yet, but hopefully one day it will. And if it does, these packs will be very inviting to new users, right? Because they will be able to step off the plane and say, or not the plane, but they will be able to step off of the, the real world and say, oh, I have a chance at a legendary right away. There's no collector score gate on these standard packs. So I can get a legendary, of Tracy McGrady dunk. Oh, absolutely. Or I can get a rare right out of the pack. But what it means, though, is that there's a lot of collectors who are paying more for less. It means that 61% of standard packs are really, really not worth it. Or they might be. But these 61% of base set packs have like a 0.4% chance of pulling anything that isn't a 60K. A 0.4% chance. Last time I looked at a base set pack, which has been a while, maybe a month or 2 months. But still, out of the 61% chance, you have a 98.6% chance of your moments being 60Ks, if I think I got that right. You have a 99.6% chance that 4 out of your 4 moments are 60Ks. The number of 60Ks dwarfs the number of everything else. That's the biggest problem. It is driving me crazy. I liked the graduated mints. I've said this in the past. I liked 35, the way Series 2 was laid out, 40K, 35K, 15K, 12K. I understand that there were too many moments in Series 2. There were too many moments in the playoff set. There were too many moments in MVP moves. There were too many moments. The prices suffered. I get that. But why does so many of these moments have to be 60Ks? It's a big increase with the amount of users who have not come in and bought moments off the marketplace. It's very aspirational. I almost would have preferred that they stick with 40Ks instead of 60Ks, keep that continuing count on, and then expand the number of mints once they got more people in, which would have been kind of reasonable. They could have mixed up the mints, and then whoever came in later, I see the problem with that too, because the people who came in later would have been stuck with 40,001 to 60K mints, which would have been very, very bad for them at the very bottom, and they would have had no choice, except for, some of the earlier mints that hadn't been distributed, but a disproportionate amount of them would have been high. So I guess I get the fact that they started off with all 60K and the illusion that they could add more, which, let's be real, if they do that, the market's just going to implode. They're not going to add any more than 60K. They can barely keep that up. They might as well just keep it started out with Series 4 as 60K LE right from the jump, because they're not making any more than that, or whatever they end up with, 80K. If they're going to go to 80K in Series 4, it's going to be very interesting. But I get why they made 60K. It's dwarfing everything else. I said this in an earlier editor's note. We're at a point where packs are starting to more and more resemble physical cards in the sense that maybe you get something you like. Series 2, the risks for getting a pack were very, very low. Pretty much everyone made out with EV, whatever they thought their EV was going to be, maybe within a couple of cents. You paid $9 for a pack, and most of the things in your pack were $4. Maybe occasionally something was $3. Now we move off of that into this. I get why this would make sense. Again, I usually understand why Dapper does what they do. So this does make some sort of sense, but it's really a hard ask for people coming right off of Series 2. And it's more expensive. And it assumes a number of people who are going to want these packs. It also assumes that people who are going to want to get back in line will get back in line. Are we going to see? I don't know. This is high. I agree with that. I think if you're going to make the common, there are bottlenecks in the sense of sets, but I think there are also, I'll coin this term if it hasn't been coined already. There are, there are EV stabilizers, in the sense that for the elite packs, the common LE is the stabilizer in the sense that if you get a good rising star, it can cover the pack cost off by, most of the pack cost by itself. And then the rest of the 60K LEs will sort of make up for it. I mean, You have to buy more packs in order to realize this or this. And that's not always realistic. And also, they're rolling out all day and strike at the same time. So it's rocky. This is a rocky time. They're doing a lot. They're rolling out a lot of changes fast. A lot of collectors don't agree with them. But I think in the long run, I think I finally reached the conclusion that this could be a good thing. Could be a good thing. Because if you keep buying, see, here's the thing. People kept buying base set packs and missing out on those. They kept getting nothing but 60Ks in those. You know. Imagine if they keep having to buy $49 packs and missing out on rares and legendaries. How much more is that going to sting? Because it's $49, or in this case, $19. Oh, I haven't seen one person say, yeah, I'm going to buy all the standard packs I can. I haven't seen one comment along those lines. And that really worries me, because this is, unless this really is just a test for February and they're going to roll back this pack format at the end of February, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't have any alpha on that. But if they're going to, then we don't have to worry about these consequences anymore. But there's a lot of variance in these. And I go back to something that you might not expect, which is, where is it? I guess I'll have to use a previous one. Here we are. See, they set a precedent. They did. I'm gonna make this. I know what they were thinking. They were thinking, okay, let's try these Series 1 reserve packs with the trade tickets. They had to test the trade ticket system. They had to see if people would go for these Series 1 reserve packs. And you know what? They did. People did. You know what the chances of actually getting your EV are on these? They're small. Top Shot wanted to test whether people would go. I'm just checking time here. Top Shot wanted to check if people would go for the variants, the really wide variants, because you can lose. I lost $500 on one of these, but you also stand to make thousands from one of these if you're really, really lucky. Like top 3% of not even 3%. Like maybe 1% overall, you get a Steph, a Ja, or a Giannis. I don't remember the exact numbers, honestly. We don't, to quote Jalen and Jacoby, we don't fact check around here. Not really, but sometimes we do. Not all the time. Right? These are Ja, Vince, Steph, LeBron. Sorry, go back. What Top Shot said to themselves was, listen, we're going to roll out these packs with really high variance. We want to see if people will go for them. And if we do, we could possibly take out the go for the loot box approach if we can get a clearance on it, which did they have it all along? I don't know. Did something change with loot box laws? I don't know. Point being, they tested this concept to see if people would go for it. And thousands of people did. Thousands of people who could did. Probably about what they were expecting, if not better. So they figured, well, there's less variance in these, and these are cheaper. So why not see if the general population is going to go for these? That's a faulty assumption, because $19 for 200,000 packs is a way different than $700 or more for 500 packs. Those are very different market segments for very different kinds of collectors. This is a way more, and you had a choice as to whether to get into Series 1 reserve packs. For this month, you have not had a choice. I don't know what they're going to do. All I'm going to say is this has the potential to work out. Nope, stop. Go away. This has the potential to work. This has the potential to keep new users here. It definitely devalues collector score. It's definitely weird. I don't know whether people are going to want to stick around for this. The market has definitely responded. The market is down. As everybody who's on Top Shot knows right now, the market is down big. I don't know if that's entirely because of this. I don't know if that's somewhat because of NFL All Day. I don't know if that's somewhat because of UFC Strike or it has nothing to do with either of those. It has everything to do with this or some other factor that I'm not thinking about right now. Whatever the case, this has the potential to make sense once people start pulling multiple rares. I think this price needs to fluctuate so that when the common LEs are higher mints, that this is slightly less, maybe $39 instead of $49. And I think that standard can come down from 19 to 14. I think will make people happier. Dapper is the only one who has to sort of, take it on the chin and say, okay, well, people are angry about it. They'll be less angry about it if the price comes down. That's what they did with that one holo pack a while back. They made it $230 instead of $9.99 because they had messed up somewhere. They were like, okay, we'll give you all a discount. You decrease the amount of vitriol by lowering this price back. If you keep it here, you risk a lot of blowback. You risk people leaving. You risk people buying into the notion that bots are too prevalent, that multi-accounters are too prevalent. You risk a lot of things by keeping this here. The concept can very much work, but you risk a lot by keeping this here. And honestly, for the better, more dedicated collectors, this here. There's got to be some way to stabilize the experience for high collector score collectors, because all of a sudden, they now have to spend more for less of a chance. Meanwhile, the new users benefit the most, even though their standard pack experience is rough. They could come out way, way, way big on this. If you're willing to spend $100 and you get a rare or a legendary, all of a sudden you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling incredibly good, in fact. So the reward ratio is really great on these, but the risk ratio is also really great. The simplest way to do it is just to decrease the pack price a little bit. Why is that so insane? I think that's the most logical solution. But I don't know what's going to happen. I don't work for Dapper. I don't work for Top Shot. And I think, in all likelihood, forget that. I will never work for Dapper or Top Shot. Ever. I don't plan on it. I like collecting too much. I've got all these other things in my life. I don't need it. Unless I change my mind on that someday. I'll leave it out there. For the moment, I don't plan on working for Dapper or Top Shot. And if I did, what I would tell them is the best way to make these packs make sense is to lower the price. Or make it so that, half the supply of legendaries is in these, and you have less packs to sell, and the other half are in guaranteed packs. So people have choice. So you could do 4 queues. You can do, Elite at 12 o'clock, priority queue guaranteed at 2 o'clock, standard at 4 o'clock, and priority queue or general queue guaranteed at 6 o'clock. You do four drops in a day. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what your conflicts are with all day or strike or anything like that, but I think that's pretty reasonable. It gives everybody what they want. If you lower the risk on this, I think people are going to be more amenable to it. There's going to be less conflict than if people are spending $250 plus on this and getting not that much value for it, not nearly as much as they were used to before. Added to that is the real reality that, let me look at time real quick. The real reality that Dapper's making more money from these packs, which gives them an incentive to keep them going, which makes people suspicious. Dapper cannot overlook the fact that people know that Dapper is making more money from these packs, because they are, and it's obvious that's how Dapper makes money. So what's the future? It's to be continued. They say they're moving away from pack drops altogether to make it more convenient to international collectors. I don't know. There's always this little word here. This is true, but I think everyone's anxious to get out of beta and have a more finished, consistent product. Will we have that? To be continued. I don't know. So that's all for now. If you're ready, we're going to roll out Biggest Shark 6 sometime, I think, hopefully the end of this week. Colin Sexton Top Shot debut is the prize. If you're watching this now, you've got the alpha on that. If you're not watching this now, you will find out on Twitter. And if you're not subscribed to me on Twitter, what are you doing? please subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter or whatever you want to do if you like the content. And if you don't like the content, well, then don't do it.